Aquarius, welcome into your 2024 yearly tarot reading. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. I'm truly excited to read for you, of course. But I do want to quickly remind you to head on down below and hit that like button, comment as well, and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't joined this amazing, growing, thriving Aquarian tribe already. But we're going to begin your yearly read by pulling one overall energy from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, and then we'll proceed to take a deep dive into what to expect for your year by breaking it down into 6 main categories, being money, career, friends, family, home, and love. Beautiful. So we'll pull tarot from 2 different decks for each of those 6 categories. But with that said and done, let's remove this very spiritual crystal and begin. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a year of a lot of spirituality for you. I do sense that you're changing through all of your experiences and accomplishments. But I did hear in one of the previous attempts for your reading, a year of true success. A year of true success. Now that is a beautiful piece of, informing. That's a beautiful prediction for your year right there. Anyways, to continue or to begin for Aquarius, let's pull right from the middle to ensure we get just one. Embracing. Beautiful. It feels like this is a year of true magic and a time for you to embrace change left and right, to flow with it, to initiate it all the meanwhile at certain points when you intuitively feel that's the right choice. But I sense that there's going to be at times a focus on when you feel alone, when you feel connected in certain ways, and when you feel the need to be more so in your hermit mode, and when you feel the need to more so connect with other souls and experiences. And it feels like a year where you want more. It does feel like you are a little bit dissatisfied with the way that 2023 proceeded or ended. Certain occurrences, changes, maybe a sense of lack. But I do feel like you're going to be reminded that everything was purposeful, right? 2023 and even previous to it definitely prepared you for all that you have to look forward to, and even deal with at certain points throughout the year. I feel like you're going to need to spend some quality time taking a step back at a certain point in a very simplistic way, asking yourself, what else do I want to change? What do I actually want? Because that may simply develop and change over time. And I feel like all the meanwhile, they're reminding you that you truly deserve the power and fulfillment, if I could even get this up to the camera, the power and fulfillment that's coming to be through even small moments, experiences, accomplishments. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are times throughout the year, Aquarius, where you're feeling larger than life. Your presence is going to shock certain people. Heads will churn because you're carrying yourself in a certain, I'm hearing magnificent manner. And I feel like you are thinking about things like temptation and how things affect you, and certain changes you made from the past and how that's left you with pros and cons and positives and negatives currently. But they're saying this isn't a time for you to second guess. This is a time for you to embrace. All right? Beautiful beginning. Let's jump into the 6 categories. Where is the light seers? Didn't mean to leave that over there. Let's do an initial shuffle, of course. Ooh, your money's going to improve this year, my friend. Your money is going to improve. Just like we were doing before for money. Okay, interesting. Didn't mean to shuffle that upside down. But we got the 10 of Wands in reverse. I heard lightweight success. Not to say the weight or the value of that success is light, or minimal, but it feels like the making of money, the achieving of which, and even simply the receiving of it is going to feel very, I'm hearing light and fluffy, very doable. And I sense that experience coming into play for a lot drawn to the reading is going to make it 10 times easier to make more money. But let's further clarify that one. I also feel like you're going to, for some of which, have a career situation, whether it's a business you run, it could be a job or two. There's something about where you make your money, earn it, that feeling lighter than a particular past situation in a similar sense, or maybe the past of when it comes to that same situation, if you were to think back. Sorry, as I struggle a bit. Let's pull to further clarify your money situation. The Three of Swords. Okay, I feel like there's past disappointment when it comes to finances, but I sense that this is a year to heal through the improvement of your finances. I'm not going to take that one. The Page of Cups. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new approach to your finances that was maybe sparked at the end of 2023 and more so embraced and increased in the beginning stages of 2024 and moving forward. Or it could be more so certain fulfilling or one specific fulfilling beginning where you can now make more money. I really sense that being drawn to this reading, you're going to be reminded throughout the year at certain points you're meant for more finances, more comfort, a different lifestyle potentially stemming from riches coming to be for you. A lot of synchronicities throughout the year tying to your financial status moving forward. And I feel like you're managing your money a hell of a lot better than you once did. But I do sense there's still improvement when it comes to that. Nobody's perfect. I'm hearing now is the time for you throughout the year of 2024 to embrace the financial comfort that you truly deserve. And I sense that you also need to remember you're not an Energizer bunny when it comes to the immense amount of motivation and determination that comes to be for making more money and seeing things grow and prosper for you. It will work out, all right? And with the Seven of Cups, there's a lot to accomplish in regards to earning more. Beautiful. But I also sense that you need to remember how you most efficiently save money, whether it's in cash, because I know for me that's the case. It's not the safest, but or is it a specific savings account, or is it not giving yourself access to your debit card or your credit card? Do you know what I'm saying? Know yourself best and apply as you should. Anyways, let's move on to career. Right from the middle, of course. Ooh, love it. The Knight of Wands. This is a year for you, my friend, where you are marching to the beat of your individually unique, unique Aquarian drum, and people love it. I sense that your name, for some of which, or your business name, if not both, is spreading. People are talking about you. People like you. People sense that they could maybe do something similar that you're doing, whether it's an approach to certain accomplishments or one in particular. It could be a type of business you run, maybe just the way you carry yourself and how you go about achieving more for your career. Again, this is a year of true success, and it definitely at least partially stems from the career section of your life. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is a year of true connecting. People feeling connected to you because of your career, your body of work of some sort, if not multiple. But you're going to find that doors open and you meet certain, I'm hearing creative individuals, and smart cookies is now what I'm getting. Very intelligent individuals, and this will leave you with more opportunity to succeed more, to make more money, to further yourself and whatever you wish to see prosper and go the distance moving forward. Love it. But let's further clarify. I'm also hearing now getting your voice out there and that working out to your advantage. But I do feel like there's certain stresses you're going to have to deal with when it comes to a job or two, maybe when running your business. It could be where you're running your business. Could be spirituality, energy affecting you for some, maybe noise factors. Or when to get things done. Trust your intuition, my friend. You'll get it done when it's meant to. But I feel like there are certain stresses we need to remember are fleeting, not meant to take an overall focus from you. But I do sense that you're going to, be dreaming a lot, daydreaming, dreaming at night. And this might be a time for spirit to connect with you. But we're not taking the negatives. I'm going with the Six of Wands. Beautiful. But we did have to mention the Nine of Swords all the meanwhile, because this is a time for you where you're being reminded you march to the beat of your own drum and it will pay off. It will bring you victory all the meanwhile. I sense that there's thoughts of, if you look at that horse in the background of the Knight of Wands, there's thoughts of victorious freedom from the past that has led you to where you are career-wise currently, but more so now thinking about what freedom do I want moving forward? Yeah, financial freedom, absolutely. But I sense that stems from you some other, or multiple needs or wants, desires when it comes to career success moving forward. There's something you want so badly, and Spirit's saying everything is going to grow and prosper and come to be for you in divine timing. 1004, look up that angel number meaning. 1004. Moving on to family. Oh, actually, friends. Sorry. Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Have you been looking for a soul tribe, or have you been wanting to align yourself with new types of energy, new friends, people you can call a soul family once again, or just some people you can trust? Because it feels like you've been changing, and therefore now it's time for you to realign yourself with types of energies that are going to feel like wish fulfillments. And I do feel like all the meanwhile, there's going to be a nice, at least with certain connections, certain friendships, there's going to be a nice back and forth about which role you take in that friendship, about how to assist each other, about how to act around each other. But I feel like this is going to be very fulfilling, very rewarding. It's like, finally, I have these beautiful friends that I can call my own. Okay, that was not the best wording, but maybe a long time coming for some of which to have these types of true rooted connections. But there are going to be certain connections that will continue and potentially come back from the past. I sense that some of which, like myself, might, have one or two friends throughout the year who come back around. And it wasn't a negative falling out or of any sort. It was just a life kind of happened in a sort of silent, we went in our own directions kind of happened. And therefore, this is the timing, the space between was purposeful. And now it's time for that friend or those, the couple of friends to come back around and reconnect with you now that both of you have changed and been through what you needed to separately. Okay. To further clarify the Four of Wands, yeah, it feels like now is the time after you've been through significant change and development, and you more so understand who you're becoming or are in this lifetime, and maybe more so understand your path. Now your certain friendships can fall into place, and again, certain maybe continuing friendships or one in particular can develop in the way it's meant to. I feel like a lot of people are thinking about you at a distance, not just friends, acquaintances, for some viewers, customers, clientele, maybe coworkers, you name it, even family. People are thinking about you in a very positive light, but a curious sort of wondering light, and viewing you as somebody who's very much a hermit a lot of the time or a significant period of time. But I do feel like this is not something to, I wouldn't say not to switch up, but not to second guess when you intuitively feel you need that alone time to heal, to replenish, or just to be alone. I love my alone time. I mean, I truly feel wholeheartedly, and I will always say this, it takes a very strong and secure person to embrace a lot of alone time, right? But all the meanwhile, I feel like friends are going to be one of the highlights of 2024 for you. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I do feel like this is a year. Okay, got it. For some of which, drawn to the reading, like myself, it is going to be a year where you're stepping out of your hermit mode more so. Again, trust your intuition when you need it, when even you want it. But I do feel like there's going to be, again, a lot more opportunities, chances to connect with people, and to be fulfilled in that manner. It's kind of like a bear coming out of hibernation, to an extent. All right, let's move on to family. That was a beautiful category. We have the Ace of Swords. Interesting. You might be gaining a sense of clarity, some illumination, if you will, a puzzle piece or two for some. About what has been going on with your family, or why you went through something with your family. People might be trying to connect with you a little bit too much when it comes to family matters. This doesn't have to be, I mentioned it in the other two readings so far, doesn't have to be blood related. This can be a soul family, right? And again, this could connect back absolutely to that Nine of Cups for the friend situation. But I do feel as if there is a lot to be discovered when it comes to family matters, there's a lot more happening than meets the eye, whether it's somebody, if not multiple family members behind closed doors, stuff at a distance if you don't live close to your family members. Said that really weird. But I'm hearing slow progression of family matters. And they're saying as well, don't allow for financial matters to get in the middle, if I could speak, in the middle of your family connection or connections, because that won't help all the meanwhile. I mean, that's just common sense. But I do sense that for some of which drawn to the reading, there's going to be a reminder to keep the status of your finances, maybe the status of something you're considering or moving towards changing, to keep that to yourself, because you're going to intuitively pick up and maybe be spiritually informed when the time is right for you to update somebody or multiple people in that family situation. And that could be even, I want to say, when it comes to those who like to update people on the internet, more so. But this is pertaining to the family section. The Knight of Wands. They're saying you're being viewed as this Knight of Wands, but there's a sense of passionate movement wrapped up into family somehow, in one way, shape, or form, if not multiple ways. But I feel like you're going to be thinking about family a lot throughout this year, even when you're wrapped up with friends or other friends, even when you're working, making money, and embracing change all the meanwhile. But they're also saying that there's a focus for some of which on a family member, if not multiple, embracing who you're becoming, how you're changing, and you might even find that it does kind of end up being vice versa, at least to an extent. But I do feel like there are going to be certain developments when it comes to your connection with one, if not multiple family members, or that family as a whole. And that will feel very enlightening, but very different. And again, you need to embrace that because it's not meant to be the same. And if you reflect back simplistically, this is a positive shift. It's a positive change all the meanwhile. Moving on to the home life. Beautiful. The Two of Swords. Why are we feeling confused? We don't see the future of that continuing home situation and or a new one. I sense that you have a lot of question marks rolling around in your head about the future of the security, of your home life, and some of which this does entail and is intertwined with certain other people that rely on you and utilize that home situation, or could, all the meanwhile. But wouldn't be surprised if some of which it's just you. But you're going to be hearing a lot, seeing a lot of synchronicities and a lot of spirituality and energy taking place when it comes to one, if not multiple home situations. They're also reminding you to, if not informing you for the first time, yes, it's great to have a comfortable home situation to go back to replenish. But at times, or maybe in general, it's not a situation where you can fully or at all replenish, heal, or have that, or come back to that peaceful state of being. So where else nearby can you reinitiate, not bad wording, relabel or label for the first time a bit of a sanctuary or a place to escape that has to be a peaceful location? That's the main part of that. The only requirement is now what I'm getting. But I do feel like you will gain some illumination, some clarity in regards to that category as well, but when you're destinally meant to. It's this feeling that if you were to understand the future of that continuing home situation or the acquiring of a new one too soon, you might alter the progression of it. Very interesting. To continue, to further clarify, the Two of Pentacles. When you're at home at certain points throughout the year of 2024, you're going to be balancing out a lot. You're going to be accomplishing a lot. There's going to be a lot of contemplating, thinking, comparing. Don't overdo it. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are several points throughout the year of 2024, Aquarius, where you're being reminded that the possibilities are endless for you. And again, stemming back to the beginning of the reading, the first category, your money is a true focus because it's meant to improve, increase. I'm hearing quadruple at a certain point. Okay. And I just feel like this is a year where a lot of doors are opening for you once again when it comes to the majority of these categories. All right. But, and I'm hearing now manifesting machine, manifesting machine. When you're aligned with the right type of people, places, and situations, when you instill true levels of boundaries throughout your life, and you're feeling peaceful and powerful, you're able to more easily manifest what you need and want, right? And so this is going to be a lesson or a big reminder throughout the year for you individually. I also feel like there's going to be a focus on, this doesn't have to be negative, being watched at home. It could feel like, in maybe a little bit of an uncomfortable sense, a roommate or a family member or several watching you. But it could be like me. I film my readings at home and people watch me. I have eyes peeled upon me and I need it. I want it. It's meant for my individual path. So there could be a focus naturally on being watched in a positive and or negative sense when you're at home. And they're saying that could also pertain to the other categories as well, but it's coming up in the home category for a reason. Now, your physical appearance is as well going to take a huge highlight when you're at home, as I'm being drawn to this tattoo. Of course, it doesn't have to be tattoos. It could be physical, your physical shape, right? Wanting to improve that. Habits taking a focus at home and needing to utilize your, they're saying empty space, downtime when you're at home to your advantage. Don't be giving into temptation. Don't be overdoing it in the spending department, kind of like Taurus. Don't allow, or maybe that was Leo. Don't allow for yourself to rewind in that sense. Backtrack and remind yourself, okay, backtrack and remind yourself that you've made progress and it feels healthy, it feels better, and you'll feel 10 times more rewarded by filling it up with something more productive, right? Find a hobby or something that's going to benefit you in a different manner. But let's move on to the last and final category, love. Ooh, the Seven of Swords. You might be dealing with a secretive, love-filled connection of some sort. This doesn't have to be romantic of any kind, romantic connection, if you will, but it definitely feels like there are secrets rolling around, whether it's more so you and or that other person. And this could be several connections for you, but I do feel like you're thinking about and potentially very much connected, even if it's at a distance, with somebody that loves you, and you potentially love this individual who is very noisy at times, or is very vocal, very opinionated, but very caring all the meanwhile, at least in their own way. It feels like there's going to be a new love for spirituality, especially by the end of the year. Even if it's more so when it comes to other people, but for a lot, it's having to do with your individual path. Look at that, the Sun card. You may be reminded a certain level of completion from the past when it came to your love life. In some way, shape, or form, left you with more happiness, and is definitely leaving you with happiness at this time. Felt the need to pull that one as well. And it feels like the way you're loving yourself, implementing self-care and whatnot, and your self-communication, that's changing and growing all the meanwhile. It feels like those of which were stepping into or continuing the year of 2024 single, a lot of doors are opening for you. Suitors are going to come to be quite randomly in the most unexpected situations, and you need to trust your intuition and feel it out. It's going to feel right. If it's right, it's right. You can't deny that feeling, and you can't force it with the wrong type of connection or the wrong type of soul. But those of which who are stepping into the year committed to somebody, okay, or multiple people for some, be careful with that. You're going to find that this is a year for you where maybe one small secret actually leads to a positive outcome, but I do feel like certain secrets may come to the surface, whether it's yours and or theirs. But I do feel like you're going to learn a lot about what you need and what you desire more so when it comes to that connection. A lot of reflecting taking place, but tread carefully with that as well, because things have changed up until this point. That connection is not the same. And I feel like somebody needs to remember that whoever you're connected to, committed to at this throughout this year, they've learned a really hard lesson at the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024, So try to, I'm hearing, lay off that specific difficulty or issue at hand. Anyways, but I do feel like there's definitely some ups and downs when it comes to your love life throughout the year, but a lot of positivity and happiness and color all the meanwhile. You're going to naturally, even whether you're single, committed for the full year, partially, you are going to be glowing and vibrating, radiating to the point where you're attracting in more love, different types, different levels of love, and this is going to feel rewarding and needed all the meanwhile. The Five of Cups, you're going to be reminded of who, the type of energies, and the type of situations maybe, or one in particular that you once loved, at least to an extent. You're going to be reminded of the type of situations that aren't meant for you. Okay, definitely read that like the Four of Cups. But there's going to be part of you that does expect the worst when it comes to the future of a connection or the future of your love life in one way, shape, or form. Or more so focusing on the negatives. Just try to, reel that back in and adjust your perspective, kind of snap into that level of positivity and expecting the best all the meanwhile. Let's pull one more before we wrap this up, because Spirit's saying all the meanwhile, there's a lot of positivity to expect when it comes to your love life. But you're going to maintain and even see your independence within that connection, or lack thereof, which, grow all the meanwhile. Sorry if I spit that out incorrectly, but this has been quite a long reading. Overall, Aquarius, it feels like this is going to be a very, very positive year for you, where you're embracing a lot of change, a lot of developments, a lot of beautiful, true success. Amazing. So I truly hope this was helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light. Definitely go enjoy the year of 2024, and I'll see you next time.